a minute. Am I live? Hold on. Wait. Am I live? Am I live? Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. How y'all doing? I'm glad y'all had the time to stop on in and listen to me yibber yabber on this cold, cold Monday. It's still cold. But you know what, though? Them people lied. All them people was down there buying up everything, the tissue, the toilet paper, the hand towel, everything was gone. Except for that one brand that they said they've been putting dyes or they've been feeding they've been feeding their chicken some kind of way, and it's very dangerous to the people, child. Damn, what was the name of the damn I can't think of the name of the country. I think Vital something, Vital Farms, Vitrol, I don't know. Anyway, so I got a couple things that I wanna talk about, before before we dive on in. So let me put my thumbnail down. Okay. So I don't Hey, Glow. Hey, Glow. You still here, child, but I mean, since you here, might as well, girl. Okay, so y'all know it's a lot of things going on in the world. I mean, it is a lot. It's been a busy, busy weekend. I hope you guys have been safe and comfortable and warm. Florida didn't get any type of coldness going on, even Arizona. I got some people out there in Arizona, and they was like, "Oh, girl, it's beautiful out here." I'm just like, "Wow." It's just beautiful out there, Arizona, I guess, child. But anyway, but it's been a lot going on. And so, they have new reporting surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein documents, that's been released that has ignited conversation after several high profile names were mentioned in there. You had, I think they said Jay-Z was in there. Of course, Harvey Weinstein, Pusha T. I was actually surprised. Ray J, right. I was actually surprised about Pusha T. And then we're gonna talk about what being named in these documents, what that doesn't mean. You get what I'm saying? Because you could be on the list but not in the plans. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you get what I'm saying? Because they have some speculation involving Rihanna, and while clearly it's separate, like you have to verify the facts from like the internet rumors, but her name was brought up. But we're gonna get into that. And then, as far as with, like, the entertainment news goes, Basketball Wives is reportedly canceled. I thought they were already canceled, to be honest with you, child. I've been stopped watching Basketball Wives. I think the last season that I watched was when OG was on there. I think that was the last season that I watched. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the cast were left stunned. Draya Michele, she reacted publicly and pitches, Shiny a new like final idea, I guess to save the show or whatever. But it's not gonna work, I don't think. Anyway. And then Netflix is facing another raw embarrassment after releasing viewership for the With Love Megan. I don't know what they were thinking, but I don't so I think sometimes people just feel like because they have like a title or followers, that people are just gonna just gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard of that term broke famous? Like they known but they broke as hell? I don't know. I rather the money. And then ASAP Rocky, he's considering running for mayor, and um Djimon Hounsou, the dude from Blood Diamond, he had a whole situation going on with his I don't know if that's common law marriage. I don't know if every state do common law marriage. Do every state do common law marriage? Hmm. I don't know. And then I was gonna touch on Puff Daddy and his kids or whatever, but I ain't got time. Cause them kids too grown, and I'm so sick of them. I'm sick of them as if I know them. That's how sick of them I am, right? But anyway, we are gonna move on into our first topic. Let me tell y'all something. YouTube be tripping on. They be flagging this and flagging it. I'm about to flag YouTube. You know what? I do be breaking the rules though, but I don't be giving a damn. Cause it's like, why? You get what I'm saying? Like Bravo be tripping and stuff. Oh, copyright infringement, this and copyright infringement, that. Kiss my ass. And then, you know what? Let me not do that because, they might see a video they like one day and then be like, "Can we use your video?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And they might give me like $400, $500 and I'm gonna be okay with it. I am. I'm gonna be okay with it. It's for $500 that I didn't have. Jesus, stop judging me. Anyway, so let's get on over here to Shaunie O'Neal because I actually have some audio from her talking about something. I didn't listen to it yet. Y'all know I be waiting on y'all to get here. Anyway, so now Shaunie Henderson, I thought she was divorcing that pastor, but people be lying, child. But anyway, Shaunie has announced that the long-running reality franchise Basketball Wives will not return after 12 seasons and 15 years on the air. Hold on, let me make sure I. And you know what? I need to go and watch that interview that the game did with with Evelyn and her daughter, because every clip I see, the daughter looks like an idiot. The game looks like a broke pimp, and Evelyn gives, I knew the type of dude you were. That's why I never would have messed with you. I tried to tell my daughter, she didn't want to listen, so now I'm laughing at my "I told you so." That's what it's really giving. It's giving, "I told you so," and and now I'm laughing at you because I told you so. And it's kind of like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's still your daughter though. And then she made some comment like, "When you gonna take me to Compton?" She was saying that to the game while the girl was just sitting there. I don't know. I would have started windmilling on my mama. I don't know. Y'all both playing with me. And it's like the fact that the girl, I have to go and watch this. I have to go and watch it. Cause it's like from the clips that I'm seeing, it's like the girl is realizing the type of guy that she had a baby with in real time during this interview. She didn't know he was a felon. She didn't think that he would not marry her. She was, I don't know what world she was living in, but the reality wasn't in there. She was in La La Land. And Evelyn is laughing as if that's not her daughter. That's literally in this. Oh, God, I got to go and watch it. And if you watch it too, let me know. I got to I got to go watch it. Now, Shani shared the news in a video posted on Instagram on just a couple of days ago on the 29th of January, saying that she wanted fans to hear it directly from her. End quote. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all hear it directly from her. Hold on. Let me go to it because I haven't listened to it either. So y'all, okay. All right, Glorilla, stop. Hold on.
Hey everybody, I wanted to jump on here real quick before the news got out and people try to be messy and make this something that is not. This is just called growth and, moving forward. I'm announcing today that Basketball Wives will not be returning. Since its launch in 2010, this franchise has been the defining part of my professional journey. What began as a vision to tell my story and stories of women like me grew into a cultural movement that created opportunity, sparked conversation, and honestly amplified voices that deserve to be heard. I'm so grateful to VH1, Truly Original, Shed Media, and BET for their partnership and belief in a show that left a long-lasting mark on entertainment. Most importantly, I'm thankful to the women who trusted me with their stories and the creatives in front of and behind the camera who helped bring this vision to life season after season. Growth requires evolution and knowing when to honor a chapter while preparing for what's next. While this journey is concluding, I'm actively developing new projects that align with my personal and professional purpose, continuing to create meaningful opportunities for women across media and business. Basketball Wives will always be a cherished part of my legacy and a foundation of my career as a producer. Thank you for your support from day one, and I look forward to this next season of leadership, creativity, and expansion, and sharing it with you.
Well, all right. Now y'all done heard it from the horse's mouth. She reflected on the show's impact. So, hey, she wanted to make sure that she got out there before any kind of controversy, any of y'all started spreading lies and any of that, and she got to backtrack. And I like how she thanked, VH1 and BET and the women who, they did trust her with her stories. So, you know, um, soon after the announcement, you had Drea, who she flooded Shawnee's IG, she said, basically with, farewells and, just different farewell ideas, for like a special, maybe like a farewell dinner or something like that. This is gonna be interesting to see. Y'all know that Shaunie had launched a series in 2010, the same year she had divorced from Shaq, and she remarried, what, 2 years ago? Yeah, they got married back in 2022. So, I mean, everything comes to an end. You get what I'm saying? I would love to see, like, a recap of the best moments, but I think we've already had that in our lives with the highlights of the best moments on Basketball Wives. So I don't know, man. I don't really care about I was about to say I'm excited to see what Shawnee bring next, but to be honest, I really don't give a damn. Um, but let's talk about what Drea, what she pitched and all that, because I seen that on the Jasmine brand. But yeah, I guess, girl, go on with your life, child. Now, on the Jasmine brand. I guess they had, actually gave a damn about Drea, and so, yeah, they were just saying that Drea had, she appears to be reacting to the official ending of Basketball Wives after a series of, after Shawnee O'Neal did confirm, like I just told you guys, that the series is, ending, right? It's no longer returning. So, yeah, I mean, outside of Shaunie doing her post online, Drea had took the her Instagram stories with different messages towards the producer. Just like maybe one more giddy up and just floating different ideas of filming like the farewell dinner, like I told you guys, and adding that she would be open to co-executive producing the moment. I bet you would be open to getting a check. Now, the post immediately sparked controversy, right? Among fans, many of whom viewed it as a nod, to the franchise's cultural impact in the relationships, both real and volatile, that helped make the show a reality TV staple. Now, Shiny, has since made it clear she's focused on growth and new projects moving forward, signaling, okay, that she's tired of the ghetto-ness. The lady is a married pastor. She is a pastor's wife. The lady don't have time for this. This is going against her brand, okay? Like she needs to do something more positive and uplifted. And women jump across tables like little monkeys and running after each other. It's just not enough. It's just not good enough. But while no farewell special has been announced, Drea's response shows that even with the show finally, being officially over, that it's still interest around it, right? It still has some type of life. But I'm not. The lady want to move on. You get what I'm saying? She's probably over the shenanigans. There's always something going on. Always something. So she probably just over it. You can't be mad at somebody because they decide to move on. It's kind of like how you outgrow friends. She outgrew them. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's talk about Meghan Markle real quick. But it's nothing wrong with outgrowing people. Sometimes you outgrow people. You don't have friends where you thought y'all was gonna be friends forever in a day. And then you realize like maybe it was a friendship of situationship, convenience or trauma or whatever. And then you guys grow out of it. It's nothing against you or that person. It's just y'all just no longer in that space to where it's needed. Some people are there for a season, some people are there for a reason. So I mean it's hard, but nothing lasts I've learned nothing lasts forever. It's life. Nothing lasts forever. But anyway, I will like to talk about the raw embarrassment. You know, Netflix reveals, oh Lord, the viewership numbers for With Love, Megan. It was a holiday special. I didn't even know about the damn thing. Did they do any advertisement? Did they promote it? They barely give you any type of promotion, and then they expected to do center numbers. You get what I'm saying? Like, how you want me to do center numbers and I don't know. But yeah, they saying that the future of Meghan Markle's lifestyle series is reportedly, hey, look, it's in doubt right about now. Many people RSVP to the Duchess, holiday party. The viewership numbers are in for the latest installment of her lifestyle series with Love Megan, and they aren't pretty. With Love and Meghan holiday celebration didn't even crack the top 1,000 of Netflix most watched shows in the second half of 2025, child. According to the streaming service, the latest, Watch What We Watch report. Mm, mm, mm. Now, what they saying is that the hour-long special, which featured Prince Harry's wife, shared her favorite holiday traditions, seasonal, crafts, and holiday recipes, landed at number one. Well, she was at 1,015. I guess that's not bad. She had like 2.4 million views. So that's a I mean, they making it seem like the girl was scraping for nickels at the bottom of a trash can. You get what I'm saying? Okay, okay. Now they say okay, so it was 2.4 million views. Now that's on par with the first season of iCarly. Mm. Now season 2 of Sex and the City, season 10 of Friends, the first season of Suits. Okay, because she was on Suits. Yeah, she was on Suits. Oh, the U.S. Network drama, which featured Megan as a cast member, had 8.8 million views. Oh, y'all can't be comparing this girl. Comparison. What they say, that's the killer of joy. She let her enjoy the 2.4 million people that like Imma actually watch an episode of it because I didn't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? Let it grow. Jesus. My bad to the Catholic people. Anyway, now with Love, Megan season 1, which was released in March of 2025, had 600,000 views. Season 2, which was released in late August, had 2 million views. Okay, so the girl is going up. Damn. Wait, season 1, season 2 in the same year? March and August? I thought seasons was like every once a year or something. Y'all remember when things actually took time? Like people put time in this stuff. You know how well, I didn't grow up when Columbo used to come on TV as a new episode, but just imagine the anticipation of waiting to next Sunday to see the next episode of Columbo. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't have that anticipation anymore. We don't have patience anymore. I get upset if I'm watching a 2-minute video and a person talking too slow. You get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. But anyway, so Netflix has not made any official announcement about the future of the show, but there are unconfirmed reports that the show has been canceled. Unconfirming meaning that they gonna cancel the show, Meg gonna find out about it. Now it's not returning as a series. There have been conversations about like maybe doing a holiday special, but there's nothing in the works. So that's what Page Six is reporting. Now last year, the couple Meg and Harry, their company, Archiewell Productions, transitioned to a first look deal with the streamer, with Netflix. And that allows the couple to shop projects to, other buyers if Netflix isn't interested. Now, Harry and Meghan's other Netflix projects didn't make much of a dent in the latest list of most watched as well. They had other projects? Oh my God. So, child, listen to this. They had Polo, which was released in December 2024, had 100,000 views, didn't even know about it. They had Harry and Meghan, which came out in late 2025, had 600,000 views. Harry and Meghan, was that not a movie? Oh, with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks? Wasn't that a movie? Oh wait, no, that's how Harry met Sally. My bad. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. My bad. Two other series. What was that? Heart of Invictus, which was in 2023, and Live to Lead or Live to Lead in 2022. Did not appear on the list at all. I could imagine. I've never heard of neither one of them, meaning they had less than 50,000 views over the last 6 months. Oh, child. See, this is what happened when you just give people money just to give people money. Meg, I don't know. Megan, I don't know what's going on with you. I mean, it looked like it looked like she still stressed the hell out over there. She just skin and bones, child. Skin and is that the new trend now? We're gonna talk about ASAP Rocky next, because he wanna be mayor. But is that the new trend now? Is it? I don't think that's cute. I don't think it's cute at all. I like to have a little meat on my bones. I mean, I've always been well, I was always thin all my life. You know what I mean? I'm not thin now, but I'm not like extremely big either. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something that you have to fight, but it just seemed like these people are trying to look, I mean, like Skeletor. Like, is skeleton in? Like, is that the new look? Look as because I don't wanna sound offensive, but look as malnutrition as possible, but still look healthy. I don't know, you get what I'm saying? It's like, look like you not eating, but healthy not eating. I don't know. I don't know, I don't get it, but, hey, I don't have to live that life, so I'm okay with it. I am comfortable with myself, so it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we not about to go anorexic just child, it's always something in this world. Anyway, speaking of something going on in the world. Now, ASAP Rocky says he's considering a run for New York City mayor. I thought they just elected somebody the mayor. Didn't they just elect the Indian guy the mayor? This is a problem. They spend 4 years having you distracted, focusing on somebody to get it right, while the 4 years ain't nothing being done. It's always about the next 4 years, but nothing about the current 4 years. I just don't understand. I would love to have like my own little town, like a Tulsa or something. You know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of like-minded people. Cause it just, education and all that. Cause it just seems like it's just too many goddamn. It's too many sheep. Everybody wants somebody to do it for them, and they don't want to do it for themselves. Well, not everybody. You get what I'm saying? I ain't trying to generalize everybody, but whatever. Moving on. Now, ASAP Rocky is officially putting the idea out there. Now, the Harlem native says he's considering a run for New York City mayor in 2029. Now, the rapper opened up about his political ambitions during a wide range, video interview tied to his latest Equius magazine profile. Now, in the conversation, Rocky says he believes he'll do well in politics because he's for the people. They all say that, right? Emphasizing the importance of living the experience, and so he feel like since I was there, I could do it, right? I feel that if you make over, I don't know, $250,000 a year, you should not be allowed to be in politics. Politics should focus on the less fortunate. So if you make a certain amount of money, you should not be in politics. And if you get into politics making less than 250K and you start making more than 250K, then you need to be investigated. And if it's something that was ill gotten, then you need to go to jail. Because politics need to stay clean. Because, I don't believe in giving handouts, right? Like as far as Section 8 goes, it should be time limits, term limits, things of that nature. Like if you are able-bodied person, and let's say you're able-bodied person, you live on your own, you lost your job, you should be able to get some assistance for an extent, for a period of time. No more than 2 years. You get what I'm saying? Like 6 months, like increments, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, no more than 24 months. Because it's too many people that need help. And then there's a lot of people who get that assistance and they just sit on it. And that's what you wanna, because I know people who have had help. They've either gotten food stamps, used it for a few months, got off of it. You get what I'm saying? You have people who actually do the right thing that will use it for that time being and immediately get off of it because they feel shame. Because some people have shame. That's what we need to start bringing people shame back. Have some shame about yourself. But moving on. Now, Rocky, which he's 37, if I ain't tell you that, he's 37. He spoke candidly about his upbringing in Harlem and how navigating real life challenges has shaped his worldview, suggesting those experiences could translate into meaningful leadership if he were to pursue, public office. Now, the idea quickly sparked chatter online with fans okay, so they ignited this whole thought of him being over the city, and they joked, right? They would like, joking saying that, "Hey, now they have Rihanna as the first lady of New York City," which, they was like, "We could crown her that." See how ghetto people are? See how ghetto? While Rocky hasn't announced an official campaign, his comments mark the clearest signal yet that politics is something he's seriously considering, not just passing through. I mean, he got Rihanna money behind him, so why not? You know what I'm saying? You know? But for now, the rapper remains focused on his music, and then he's doing fashion, and they just keep having babies. Oh, and let me just clear this up. Now, y'all know I was telling y'all that Rihanna, people were saying that, oh, Rihanna, she looked like she's pregnant, blah, 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 blah. It was cold, it was Paris, it was fashion. It was all of that, right? Rihanna said, I got y'all. She came out, baby is not pregnant, okay? I might have to wait, baby, wait, but baby not pregnant, okay? Okay, so y'all stop with that. A woman can fluctuate in weight. Look at Gorilla, Glorilla. You see her? Remember when she first came out, she was a stick. Now she is a poom pow pow poom pow, okay? Give her her crown. Give her her flowers. The boy is doing what he needs to do. Gorilla looks like she getting it every day, and I'm not mad at her. You young. Do your thing, sister. But yeah, but if 2029 rolls around and he decides to run, we're gonna sit in, we're gonna look. But hey, all these political races are just so unconventional now, and I don't know if that's good or bad. You know, um, it's been bad over the last 200 plus years, so maybe we need to try. So they say if there is no change without change. I just don't. I just still don't feel like celebrities are, because that's who that's who people have in their pockets, those people. They are puppets. So I would rather just some Joe Schmo who has no affiliation to run and win because he's gonna look out. You get what I'm saying? But now politics are just so dirty. They'll probably off somebody like that. Like, oh no, you're trying to help the people out. We can't have that. And I think that's another major thing. People just like, you can't really help people because there's so many bad actors out there that will literally try to get you knocked off. Oh, we're gonna talk about the blood diamond guy and his oh my god, this man lost his mind. But yeah, it's just so many crazy people out there that just rather see the world in chaos than peace. Isn't that crazy? How you really just got people that just want to see the world in straight up chaos. They walk around saying they want peace, but they don't want peace. They don't want peace. You know what I mean? They just want the power to do whatever they want peacefully. You know? But anyway, now I now hold on. Now y'all know I butcher up a name real quick. Now this the dude, Damon Hounsou. That's the dude from Black Diamond. Now I don't know him from anything else but Black Diamond. He probably was in some other stuff. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know. I just remember him from Black Diamond. But yeah, so he is now subject to a temporary protective order after his former partner, Riza Marie Simpson, asked a Georgia court for legal protection following a volatile dispute that led to her arrest earlier this month. Yeah, you heard me. She got arrested, got out, and put the restraining order on him. Now, a judge granted her request on Monday, ordering that Holzman to have no contact with her or their children and to remain at least 200 yards away until a hearing scheduled for earlier, in February. Now, don't get me wrong, you could get a restraining order. People could I could get a restraining order against you right now for listening to me. You get what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that when we go to court, it's going to stand. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Now, the order comes after an argument in December at the home in Atlanta that that he owns, and she, of course, lives there with the children. Now, according to the police report, the Oscar-nominated actor, Oscar nominated, was it for Blood Diamond? Because that's the only movie I remember him from. But anyway, so they saying that the Oscar-nominated art actor called the authorities and claimed that Simpson, the girlfriend, was becoming physical when he asked her to leave the property. Now, officers noted visible redness and swelling near his eyes. Simpson was later arrested on charges of simple, assault and obstruction. She's a violent little subchild. Now, I have a little recording. Now, this is supposed to be now the baby mama was actually recording. Oh, Javante Davis, how you snuck up in here? Oh, I forgot to take y'all off of my slides. Anyway, but yeah, so here go the audio. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the audio. Oh, this is for copyright and all that stuff. This is educational. We doing some education. And this TMZ. Okay, okay.
Have my set of keys, please? So that I can have access to the property? This is still legally my residence, and my kids are here, so I do need a set of keys to access my residence. Djimon? Hello?
Okay, Djimon. That's his name, Djimon.
I'm actually having to leave now, and I won't be here later, so if you don't mind, I would need the keys. Do you give me the keys so I can access the property where I live and my kids are? There's a process. I don't have a problem moving, but you cannot lock me out of a home in which I live. Okay, so that's how you, but you just said in the text that you're changing, so how am I going to be able to access it? So how am I going to be able to access? But I'm asking you for keys to a property in which I live at and my kids are in. So I'd like the keys to the property, please, so that I can still live here and sleep here. There's a legal process in which you have to go through. So until that process happens, you cannot deny me legally, you cannot deny me access to the property in which I'm legally still a resident at, Djimon. Do you know that? I don't, because I'm leaving, and you just told me this morning that you're changing the access. Okay, and I will not be back this week, so that's what I'm saying. I will need to be able to access my residence when I come back. So let me tell you, let me just let you know what that's going to look like. I don't want to embarrass the family. I don't want to embarrass the property with our neighbors. I'm going to come back. I'm not going to have access to the
Man, fuck them neighbors and fuck the property. Cut up.
property. I will have to call the police. The police will ask me to prove that I'm a resident here. They will require you to give me access to the premises, and they'll tell you the due process. But I don't want to bring the police to the property. It's not a good look, and we don't need to do it. Okay, so go ahead, and if you would please give me my keys back to the resident. Listen to what I'm saying, Djimon. I am leaving now. I'm leaving in about an hour. I will not be back for some time. So if you could give me the keys now so that we can handle this the right way.
I want to be there.
I'm not there. And we're not divorced. We were never married. I'm not there.
The way you've been treating and disrespecting me.
We're not divorced. We're not divorced. We're never married. Can I please have the keys to my residence? Can I please have the keys to my residence? It's not an issue. There's no issue between us.
There's no issue. You still have access to the garage.
Listen to what I'm saying. And you're changing the garage access. I'm not going to be here this week. Can I please have my keys? And we can move on. So can I please have the keys? Listen to what I'm saying, Djimon. I'm leaving this week, and I'm not going to be coming back for at least a few weeks. So I need my keys to the residence in which I live at. I don't want to have to bring the police here. That's going to be embarrassing, and it's not necessary that we even do that. Huh?
I'll leave your keys on the table.
But I'm leaving in the next hour.
Yes.
And I will, but I need the keys to my residence now before I leave. This is my residence. I've been living here for 4 years. This is my residence. I've been living here for 4 years. If you would please give me the keys before you leave, so that I don't have to encumbrance you later on, and I don't have to embarrass the house.
Wearing my clothes and all that. You had some nerve.
Djimon, I don't want to bring the police back here later. It's
I'll
embarrassing.
leave your keys to the table. Get the out of the place.
Please give me the keys now. I'm not going to be here for them later. That's what I'm telling you.
I will leave you.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I heard what you said.
To be here. Okay, well, I need the keys to the residence. I cannot leave my kids are here.
I don't know what all that furniture moving that was going on in the back. But Simpson has since told a very different story. In her court documents, she said that she felt unsafe and insisted her arrest was unjustified. Now, she accused him of trying to push her out of the home and described what she called a pattern of intimidating behavior. Now, in the audio, she shared from the night of the incident, Simpson can be heard repeatedly asking for her keys and saying, you can't keep me from the house. She had been there for like 4 years or whatnot. And she also alleged that he slammed a car door into her and shouted at her in front of the children. Now, he hasn't commented publicly on, the ruling of the protective order. Both sides are expecting to appear before a judge next month and, well, this month, because it's the second now, when the court would decide, whether the order will be extended or not. That is absolutely crazy. It's crazy when you don't hear about an actor or a person and then bam, they pop up on TMZ for something crazy, you know, wanting the bitch to get out or whatever. I don't know. But, that's why it's so important to have your own. You know what I mean? What we gonna talk about now? Oh, Portia Williams. Okay. But yeah, that's why it's so important to have your own, ladies. So when they say get out, I'm in. When somebody tell you get out, bye. Toodles. Shit, I've been wanting to leave. I've been kicked out of better. Even though it could be the best space. But that's not the point. The point is you gonna love me for who I am, but don't love me for nothing at all. And it sounded like when he said, "And you wearing my clothes," I was through then. Because when a man get mad at you and he point out the fact you got his clothes on, he brought up the fact that you had his clothes on. What man don't think it's sexy for his woman to walk around in like his little white tee or whatever? You know what I'm saying? She got your little boxes on. And you know what I'm saying? That man said, "You got the nerve and you got my clothes on." Ah. Anyway, so real quick, I just wanted to talk about Portia Williams' ex Dennis McKinley's debut. Okay, now he's shocking. He got this new shocking new hairstyle, and fans say it's a hair system. Now I'm trying to figure. Did I put that up there for y'all, or did I delete it? Child, let me see here. Is this a wig? Okay, hold on. I thought I put it up there for y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me slide this on in there. Cause when y'all see this, y'all gonna be like, what in, what in, nope, nope, I didn't. My bad. Hold on. I'm about to let y'all see it right now. Because when y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, what great day in the morning. Let me see here. Dennis. Okay. Let me go ahead on and put that up real quick. Cause I need y'all to see what I'm talking about here. Yep, that's him. Y'all see it? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So that people's, okay, that is Portia Williams' baby daddy. You know how they say you could tell a lot by a man's baby mama? Same, same. Anyway, so Portia Williams and her daughter's father are set to be the front and center of an upcoming season of The Atlanta Housewives. But it's not the drama that fans are talking about, it's his hair. Mhm. And yeah, we're talking about a full transformation, child. You see it? Now y'all know the man is bald, but okay. Now, what they saying like less than a year ago, Dennis was completely bald, no fade, no waves, no lineup. Matter of fact, hold on, let me give y'all that. Cause see, I don't want y'all to think that I'm just telling y'all anything, cause you might not know. And you like, well, I don't know what he looked like before, cause that's all you gave. And okay, so hold on, let me see if I could add. Nope. Let me do this here. Oh, thank you for following. If you could follow, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my likes up, my fans, my followers, all that, whatever all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you go ahead on and click the follow button, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Let me see. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Just in case you gotta dry your hands, child. Don't dry your hands and then come over here and look at this screen. Okay, okay. Now, all right. Now that's Dennis before. Mm-hmm. Y'all see him. Okay. Now, like I said, less than a year ago, this man was completely bald. No fade, no waves, no lineup, just straight scalp. And now he's rocking long, thick braids like he's been growing them for years. Okay? Y'all see it? Okay. So naturally, the internet is questioning how the hell did he go from bald to braids in less than 12 months? Hmm. Now, according to hair professionals, what Dennis appears to be wearing is a lace front hair system. A high end, semi permanent hairpiece designed specifically for men. Listen, these are not your uncle's old school toupees, okay? These are modern hair systems. Isn't it cute ladies, listen, how they have modern hair systems, okay? They're custom fit to the scalp, glued or bonded for weeks at a time, made with human hair, designed with intentionally imperfect hairlines so that they look natural. Sounds like a wig. Sounds like a wig, right? Sounds like a wig. In other words, they're meant to be undetectable, even on camera. And yes, they are extremely popular right now. So I guess, if you see your friend bald like Michael one day and you got hair like Michael the next, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, child, I don't know. Now, hair experts say some of the biggest male celebrities in the world use hair systems, wigs, especially athletes, actors, rappers who started losing their hair early, but still need to, look camera ready. I guess kind of like LeBron James, huh? Y'all saw the interview LeBron James did where he was like, "Oh, Father Time is pissing him off because he's getting older." Now the difference is most of them never admit it. Now Dennis, however, didn't try to explain the transformation. He just showed up on the screen with the brand new hair, head of hair, and I don't know, he just letting the fans do the math, and that's it. Now, I will say that on social media, there is a split, which I don't understand, but it is. Some fans love it. They're saying, he looks a little younger, let that man live. If it boosts your confidence, then okay. Kind of like that, if you love it, I like it, or if you like it, I love it, child. And then other folks are just basically saying, that shit didn't grow overnight. And what was his hair last season? And the lace is lacing. But honestly, most people agree on one thing. The system actually is passable, right? It's a passable unit. Now the hairline isn't overly sharp. The braids aren't sticking, they aren't sticking out. They're sitting pretty naturally. And it doesn't scream wig. You get what I'm saying? But because we know that it is, it does. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Now, hair specialists say more men are choosing these hair systems instead of, the transplants. I heard those transplants were painful, child, because it's no surgery. You get immediate results. You don't have to wait months for your hair to grow. It's completely reversible, so you just snatch that bad boy off when you want to. And then it costs less than doing like multiple procedures for like those hair transplants or whatever. Y'all ever see those videos where the women, well, not the women, but the men be going to Turkey, where they be coming back from Turkey and they all got their head wrapped up? Or you might see a flight with a whole bunch of bald people going to Turkey, and then a flight coming back with a whole bunch of head turbans, the leg wraps around. Now, in a world where appearance is currency, because that's just what it is, especially on reality TV, the hair system is the fastest way to reclaim, I guess, your confidence. But, we still know it's a wig, child. Now, whether it's a system, a miracle, or just elite level hair engineering, hey, the growth is undeniable. It's there. Put it on, slap it on, whatever. From bald to braided in one season is wild, right? Hmm. But if the goal is to look good on TV, I mean, I guess he think he might have accomplished that mission. I mean, the real question is, would you rock a hairpiece if nobody could tell? And that's the thing. Women wear wigs because, I think a lot of them think people can't tell. We're gonna talk about Rihanna and the Epstein next. But a lot of people, they rock wigs. But you can't be fucking bald and then come to me tomorrow and act like I'm not gonna ask you no questions. You get what I'm saying? But I'm already know that it's a wig. So I guess he just probably just assuming like y'all know it's a wig. Y'all know I didn't grow no bust down 3 inches over the last 4, 5 months. So maybe, maybe he know. He's just like, y'all know what it is, just like I know what it is. So stop acting like y'all don't know what it is when we know what it is. It's a goddamn wig. But I guess if he wanna look good for the cameras, let the man look good for the cameras and stop hating on that man and his little toupee. Cause that's these men don't never wanna just call it what it is. It's a toupee. It's a wig. A hair unit. That's just another way to make it expensive. All right. So we got 2 more things we're gonna talk about, then we're gonna get on up out of here. Now, Rihanna, my poor baby. Rihanna's name appears in linked Epstein documents, right? But there is no evidence of wrongdoing. There is no evidence of wrongdoing. Now, Rihanna is the latest celebrity whose name has surfaced in a newly released batch of federal documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein. And as usual, the internet is already running wild with speculation. Now, the federal government released, thousands of pages of unsealed documents, often referred to online as the Epstein files. Now, these documents include raw materials such as emails, call logs, contact lists, and witness statements that were previously sealed as, part of legal, as a civil litigation. Now, among those are two call log entries, one missed call and one outgoing call, and to the person listed simply as Rihanna. Now, there are two emails referencing the singer. One email allegedly mentions Rihanna dating an Arab billionaire. Another email reportedly referencing a file or message labeled Rihanna, which some outlets are speculating could have included a video. However, and this part is critical, there is no evidence that Rihanna ever had any direct relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, visited his properties, particularly or participated in any events tied to him, or was involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. Now, it's important to understand what these documents really represent. Now, the Epstein files are not verified criminal evidence, they are unfiltered court materials, third party claims, internal communications, and uninvestigated allegations. Most of the information was never acted on by law enforcement, never confirmed, and never tested in court. The documents include many names of famous people, not because they were necessarily involved in anything illegal, but because Epstein and his associates frequently name dropped celebrities, politicians, and wealthy individuals. Now, in many cases, the names appear simply because someone mentioned them in an email, someone claimed they knew them, or their name appeared in a contact log. That alone does not implicate any wrongdoing, okay? Now, so far, the only confirmed references to Rihanna are, like I said, the call list listing her name and the emails listing her in passing. There is no documentation showing meetings, financial transactions, travel records, or any personal interactions. And there is no indication that Rihanna herself was ever aware of, the mentionings, right? In fact, it is entirely possible that the name Rihanna is the logs in the logs could refer for it could be for someone else entirely different, or simply be an unverified label used by Epstein's associates. Now, the biggest issue with the Epstein documents dump is how quickly unverified information gets turned into accusations online. Now, these files are rare data. It's rare data, they are not conclusive. They are not findings of guilt. They are not criminal indictments. Yet social media often treats any name that's on the Epstein list as proof of involvement. And that's not, exactly how evidence works. So bottom line, Rihanna's name appeared in these documents doesn't mean that she knew Epstein, interacted with this man, or was involved in anything illegal, or that they, had any type of scandalous ties. At this point, her name is simply one of hundreds of high profile names that appear in unverified, uninvestigated material. Now, until actual evidence emerges, not speculation, not screenshots, not internet rumors, there is no story behind, here behind the name itself appearing in the documents. And for now, that's all that it is, a name in a file, nothing more. Now that's interesting how they have this particular look on this because it could be other people and I've never seen anyone write an article defending someone's name that has been on there. I haven't. You might have, I haven't. I've never seen someone adamant that Rihanna had nothing to do with anything because we really don't know. And I don't put anything past Epstein and his crew. I've seen Blink twice. I believe that those things can happen. As many girls have woken up blacked out from a night of partying and don't remember what happened. You get what I'm saying? It might be one or two listening right now. You get what I'm saying? Jatasha, Sharon, you can't tell me y'all ain't never had one of them days. You get what I'm saying? You done did it. And so, well, you might not have done it, but you get what I'm saying. I don't know. Lulu, right? Okay. Holly, y'all done seen something. But my point is, I like how the article is written up because I am a Rihanna fan, and I would hope that nothing happened to her. However, if you follow just the crime stories of Harvey Weinstein and all this and how they manipulated the women around and they made sure, oh, Dennis, why is you still up there? Child, why y'all ain't tell me Dennis Glass was still up there? Um, but the way that they were manipulating the women and they said Harvey Weinstein, the movies that he produced, he had all his leading ladies he had. Hey, that's what the papers is saying. He had all the leading ladies, all of them. Now, whether or not they want to say it was SA or not, that's all on him. But Rose McGowan came out, made her comment. Then there was a whole bunch of other women that have said things. And I've always looked at Neve Campbell and what's the other girl who was like the lead and what was that? With a Hunger Games. Those are Harvey Weinstein movies. And they listen. They say the man had a couch. You either was getting down on the couch or you wasn't getting down. You get what I'm saying? And he was taking it by any means necessary, volatile, violent. But speaking of that, I want to talk about Jay-Z because this just came out and I seen this and I was like, do I want to touch on this? And I said, you know what? I am gonna touch on it. So but yeah, I just don't put nothing past any of these people, because you got to think about it. If you have a religion that part of the religion is to touch on children, that's come on now. No one is safe. No one is safe. Okay. So finishing up with the whole Jay-Z thing, right? So Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, Pusha T mentioned in the latest Epstein file release. Now, child, I heard that I don't know if they talk about it on here, but Tina, Kelly, Solange, a couple people went ahead on and unfollowed his ass on excuse me, on IG. That's that T child. It ain't caffeine, but it just gave me the little burples real quick. Anyway, so I don't know what this audio is, so let me see what this audio is, and then I might just go ahead on and do this. Hold on.
Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T mentioned in latest Epstein file release. The Department of Justice on Friday released 3 million documents from the Jeffrey Epstein files, along with 2,000 videos and roughly 180,000 images. The latest batch included mention of celebrities like Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein. Mentions of the trio did not come from Epstein's personal records nor reports corroborated by law enforcement. The two rappers and the disgraced Hollywood mogul were named in a tip to the FBI, which was archived as part of the Epstein investigation. The tip itself does not imply these individuals were investigated, nor does it in any way imply guilt for the accusations posed. As stated by the DOJ, because of the sweeping nature of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, everything sent to the FBI by the public in relation to the case was slated for release, meaning some of the accusations posed could be fake or false.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Submitted. According to an FBI crisis intake report included in the latest Epstein release, an anonymous victim, who claimed she had been drugged and sexually abused in several instances throughout the years, said Pusha T, Terrence LeVar Thornton, was one of her handlers. Also in the report, the victim said she once woke up in a room with Weinstein and Jay-Z, Sean Carter, with her. The report also stated that because the victim was drugged in both scenarios, her memory was clouded. Reps for Jay-Z and Pusha T did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Director Mira Nair, the mother of New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani, was also found in the new release.
She was mentioned by name in an email from publicist Peggy Siegel to Epstein. Siegel wrote that she saw Nair at an after-party for the 2009 film Amelia, which Nair directed. The email implies no wrongdoing or investigation. A rep for Nair did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Messages between Casey Wasserman, chairman of the LA 28 Olympics Committee, and Ghislaine Maxwell, who was found guilty of child sex trafficking in connection with Epstein, were also included in the files. In one correspondence, Maxwell offers Wasserman a massage that could drive a man wild. In a statement obtained by Variety, Wasserman said his interactions with Maxwell occurred over 2 decades ago and were long before her horrific crimes came to light. He also denied any connection to Epstein. Wasserman wrote, "I never had a personal or business relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. As is well documented, I went on a humanitarian trip as part of a delegation with the Clinton Foundation in 2002 on the Epstein plane. I am terribly sorry for having any association with either of them." After a rare, bipartisan push from Congress, President Donald Trump in November signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act into law, which has since brought a surge of previously sealed material on the Epstein investigation into the public eye. Trump has his own complicated past with the late New York financier, but has adamantly denied any knowledge of his criminal behavior. Throughout Trump's second term, the Epstein files have remained a cultural hot point as well as a political one, referenced on everything from Saturday Night Live to his South Park.
Yeah,
We hope you enjoyed that.
that was it. That was it. That's what they saying. So we're gonna see. I mean, Jay-Z's name just keep getting brought up, and it's just at some point where it's smoke. God damn it! It got to be some kind of fire going on over there. I ain't trying to push nothing bad on nobody, but I mean, god damn, man. Harvey he was real good friends with Harvey. And remember, Damon Dad said he smacked the out of Harvey Weinstein for trying to play with him. So, I mean, my thing is, if he tried to play with Harvey, he tried to play with Sean. I mean, if he tried to play with Dame, he tried to play with Sean. Dame smacked him. Sean didn't. So, you know what I mean? So we already look. All I'm saying is don't be following these celebrities because at the end of the day, they still human and they just trying to look out for their family and themselves and they just trying to look out for themselves. Everybody not gonna put their life on the line to help out the next generation. You get what I'm saying? I think that's why Nas has been so successful with like his ventures because he moved in a way where he's trying to do things for the community and the community respects it because they see it versus somebody who just like to showboat and they really not trying to do nothing for the community. You get what I'm saying? And the community knows it. That's why they don't mess with him. That's why Jay-Z can't. That's why they leave in the country because the energy that they once had is gone. The veil is slipping off. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. This is my thought. I wouldn't be surprised if something came out where Jay-Z was offering up Beyonce and she doesn't even know. They was drugging her. You get what I'm saying? He bringing her and the men having their way with her and she doesn't know. She doesn't remember because no one is above the program. No one is above the program. I don't care what you say. Ain't nobody above the program. I Listen, if they have sexual rituals to break men in and children and women, what makes you think you any different? Don't forget, a lot of times a lot of people look at black people as just strictly slaves. You're just a famous slave. You're a well singing slave. They don't see you as nothing else other than what you are. It doesn't matter, like Jay-Z said, rich, poor, you still doesn't matter. So yeah. So anyway, I have did enough rambling. It has been an hour. What has been 50? Oh, 59 minutes. Okay, girl. Okay. Kudos to me. And so y'all know I'll be back. Thank you, Randy, for hitting that follow button. And yeah, I'll be back. Consistency is key. And as far as with my invention, my IP attorney, he is finishing up the drawings. So hopefully he will be submitting those this week. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated and in touch. And yeah. So thank you guys again. Hit that follow button on your way out. And till next time, I holla at y'all later. Oh, wait. Don't forget about this. before we close, shout out to my followers who hear this every time because you never know who's listening. I'm building a self-parting hair tool so you can part hair clean, straight, and perfectly with no extra hands needed, not even a mirror. Still in patent. I am meeting with manufacturers to scout out, those types of things, but it's real and it's coming. So when it drops, you heard it here first because I'm going to display it here first. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you wander with me, always remember consistency is key, and I'll be back with more. So until then, be easy.